Do I have to take the SAT test if I want to study in the US as an international student? Specifically though, that is for undergraduate students, right? For bachelor students. Just know this, the SAT test, the Scholastic Assessment Test, is all catered for bachelor students. So if you're looking to do a master's in the US, this video is not for you. If you're looking to do a bachelor's in the US, listen carefully. Why? Because the SAT test has been talked about a lot in the US higher educational world in the past years, in the past 2 years specifically, in the Corona time. Why? Because some universities have dismissed the SAT requirement as a must-have to apply to some universities. So there are voices out there, and I would even say that they are right, that the SAT test is losing its voice or its weight, if you will. But it's not gone. And even if it's losing it, you have to understand what does that actually mean. So I want to drill in one point here. Yes, there are universities where you can now apply without the SAT that previously asked you to have that SAT test submitted to apply. But this doesn't mean two things. The first thing that it doesn't mean is that you can't up your profile with an SAT test. If you are competing against somebody without an SAT test, because that minimum requirement to apply to that university doesn't require the SAT, and you come in there with an SAT still, even though you don't have to do it, you're not going to put yourself in a worse position. You're gonna be at an enhanced standing because you went above and beyond, if you will, to go to this university. By the way, I did this myself. I studied at the Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri, in the St. Louis area, 4.5 hours south of Chicago by car. But I'm making this point because this university didn't require me to have an SAT test. I still did it. I had a normal score, 1,230 points. And over the course of 4 years, I ended up receiving a $69,000 US dollar scholarship, in part because of the SAT test. So just don't think that because the university doesn't require it, you shouldn't take it. Do it anyway. The second thing that it doesn't mean, the second thing that because some universities don't require it anymore, doesn't mean that all universities skip the SAT requirement. Some universities still require all students to have it. Why would you close yourself off from great universities that you could enter with your profile, from potentially getting amazing scholarships, but you end up not getting those opportunities just because you decided that you're too lazy and you don't want to take the chance to take the SAT. The decision is yours. You can decide to skip it, but all I'm really saying in this video, and I hope this message comes across, is that you have so much to win with it. I think I made the point clear that you can enhance your standing when you apply, and you can have more universities' doors open if you have the SAT test. More importantly yet, is that there are universities that will only give you an additional scholarship if you have the SAT test. So again, is it required? No. Is it required to have a scholarship to study in the US? Well, not really. But is it needed in many cases? Wouldn't it be nice to have a scholarship? Well, of course. Who doesn't want it? So there are universities who will only give you a scholarship because of a certain SAT test. Again, you may miss it. Maybe you're not going to get the score that you want, but you have so much to win if you give it a try. I hope I made my point clear. So with that being said, if you have any questions about the SAT test, specifically how to prepare, there's another video on this channel for it. You can just look for SAT. You'll find it. If anything, it's linked below in the comments. We'll do that for you. And then we have the opportunity for you to speak to an expert, not just about the SAT test, but maybe jump on the phone and have us understand what's your general profile. What are you bringing to the table, and also what are you looking for in terms of where you want to study in the US, what you want to study, We're currently offering free consultation calls. If you click the link below, don't be afraid to talk to us. We won't bite you. We're there to help. But again, take the chance. Otherwise, this video might have been a waste of your time. I'm saying this because I'm assuming you're watching this video only because you really want to study in the US. Otherwise, you would have wasted like 10 minutes watching a video about an SAT test. I'm sure you have some interest. Take a first step, talk to an expert. We're happy to even take a look at your financials, or take a look at what the SAT test could mean for you financially speaking. Are there scholarships available? What would your family end up paying? Just to have something more concrete for you to think about and talk about with your parents. This is why we recommend you those free consultations. Or comment below on YouTube. My team and I are usually very responsive to have any questions answered. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, that is, and we're looking forward to hearing you next time. Bye for now.